What's going on, everybody? That's right. The 31 Days of Horror continues tonight, and we are reviewing a movie that came out this past summer, and we've been saving our review for the 31 Days of Horror, the sequel to 2022's hit movie M3GAN. That's right. We're going to review M3GAN 2.0.
You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
M3GAN.
That's right. These two artificial intelligent bots are back at it tonight, reviewing M3GAN 2.0, the sequel to the hit M3GAN that came out in 2022. It was a massive hit. Went in with low expectations. Really fun time with that movie. But this is a follow-up sequel a few years later, and this time it's really with M3GAN returning and her, I guess creator going against this evil doll Amelia. And that's pretty much set up where it gets more and more to the comedy and action side compared to the horror side in the original.
Yeah, expecting another horror movie, and you get the total opposite. You get a more of an action movie, mixed in with the science fiction that we saw, obviously, with the kind of the technology and the, artificial intelligence, robotics and stuff that we got with the first one. And this one, we see basically the government, using the technology from the first one that Gemma created, stealing that idea and making their own kind of robot weapon and using it for bad purposes. So Gemma has to bring back M3GAN, the doll, killer doll from the first movie that everybody enjoyed in 2022. The movie really did well at the box office. This is a Blumhouse movie, we should say. Blumhouse hit or miss, but
Mostly miss.
yeah, mostly miss. But M3GAN was a huge hit for them, so of course they're going to make the sequel here. And this one just goes off in a totally different direction and goes into the action. Plays a lot, off of the comedy from the character of M3GAN. There was a lot of the comedy was in the horror first one, and the horror mixed in. This one's the comedy mixed in with action though, more than anything. So, right off the bat, didn't didn't really like that, going away from, the killer doll aspect of the first one. I appreciate this trying something different, but they should have stayed within that genre. They shouldn't have went into a totally different genre. It just feels different. M3GAN was good. It had some good one-liners, of course, but they veered away from the horror, much to my chagrin.
Yeah, they took like the Terminator 2 route with this movie, or a movie like Mission Impossible or Bond or something, like
Hmm.
totally out of left field. Definitely didn't see that coming. It wasn't as enjoyable either. I remember kind of checking my watch a few times when was watching this. I wasn't into it as much as the first one. It was kind of a big disappointment for me. Cheesy at times. A lot of the jokes didn't really land either. A lot of stuff felt forced, and yeah, I just didn't really like the script and the characters as much this time around. Allison Williams is fine. She was good, but overall, the entire cast just, I don't feel like it flowed as well. It wasn't as interesting as the first movie, so I was pretty much let down with M3GAN 2.0. So that being said, this is a movie you probably don't want to watch during 31 Days of Horror during October. I'd watch it, next year. I'm gonna give M3GAN 2.0. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 Allison Williams hair pieces.
Amelia is the new bad version of M3GAN in this one, and the actress that did that, Ivana Sakno, I recognized her. She was in, was it Ahsoka? She was either in, yeah, I think she was in Ahsoka. She was the villain, one of the villains in there. It was like Ray Stevenson and
Yep.
Ivana Sanko's character. So she kind of has that kind of evil look to her, just like how her face is and everything. So she did a good job, I thought, playing that role here. It kind of looks robotic, kind of like the actress that plays M3GAN too, in the scenes where it's actually a human. So that aspect was good. But yeah, just like you mentioned, just veering away from the horror and playing more into the action. I just wasn't into it as much. It did have several cool scenes where we got to see, some of the kind of gore and horror from the first one sprinkled in. But overall, this was a big letdown and a misfire. Didn't do nearly as well as the first one. So don't think we're going to get a M3GAN 3.0. So if you want to watch M3GAN for the 31 Days of Horror, watch M3GAN 1, not M3GAN 2.0. So with that being said, I am going to give M3GAN 2.0, I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5 M3GAN hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you Chucky impersonators out there. What did you like about M3GAN 2.0? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stab, watch, subscribe. Also, check out these wild locals on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for latest, greatest TV, movie news, and horror reviews.
Horror reviews, you say? Well, we've
That's
got
right.
31 of those all month long for the 31 Days of Horror. And we want you guys to check out our YouTube channel all month long, where we're reviewing something new every day in the month of October. Also throwing in some fellas giveaways, some really exciting ones. So stay tuned for all those announcements. Thank you guys for watching our review of M3GAN 2.0. And until the next 31 Days of Horror review, I am Uncle Henry, and that's my good mate over there.
I'm Uncle Logan Myers signing out till the next review for 31 Days of Horror. Cheers!
Cheers.